Hello everyone. Today we are going to study the application softwares. The application software consists of programs designed to perform specific tasks or applications. Since the evolution of the computer since last more than 70 years, the computer applications have developed for traditional data processing tasks like student examination results, payroll processing for salary, wages and deduction of the employees, accounts or electricity bills. With the advancement in the technology, we have now more processing power and memory in a computer system. With more processing power, the speed of the computer has increased many-fold. Therefore, we are able to develop sophisticated computer applications for online information retrieval and various other management information systems. A bank account holder can visit bank and can deposit or withdraw amount using an online application which immediately updates the balance. Similarly, you can visit any ATM and withdraw money. Immediately the balance is updated after you withdraw money through an ATM machine. With the advancement in the technology of internet, today we can use many computer applications sitting at home using web browser. These applications are deposit monthly bills, pay property taxes, perform bank transactions. Individual and business can buy software to be used to prepare documents, maintain accounts of business transactions, participate in video conferences, create music CDs or home movie DVDs, manage a business inventory, create greeting card, flyers, make business presentations, process orders, prepare payrolls and tax returns, touch up digital photos. All these things can be done through the application softwares which are available these days. In every aspect of human life involving some computation or storing information, the computer applications and software are designed for faster and reliable operations. The manual processing in these domains may be difficult, erroneous and time consuming, and therefore, these operations are being fast eliminated with the help of a sophisticated application software. We begin with a look at some characteristics of the application software in general. All computer users should be familiar with the basic characteristics and concepts related to an application software. Since the application software is developed by a professional software engineer who design program logic to efficiently solve any given problem which are otherwise difficult to solve by the human being, it sometimes takes years of efforts to develop a useful application software. Therefore, it is essential to respect the human effort involved in the software development. Similar to the way the author of the book is paid royalty by the publishers, the owner of the commercially developed software also get royalty in some form. The students should be aware of the different possible ownership rights and the delivery methods which are used when the software is sold commercially to the users. The ownership rights of a software program specify the allowable use of a program. After the software program is developed, the developer holds the ownership rights for the program. The developer decides whether or not the program can be sold, shared with others free or on a chargeable basis. When a software program is purchased, the buyer actually gets a license that permits him or her to use the software. The license specifies the conditions under which a buyer can use the software, such as whether or not it may be shared with others and the number of computers on which it may be installed. Many software licenses permit the software to be installed on just one PC and therefore, are called single user software license. There are four basic categories of the software. The first category is the commercial software, next is the shareware software, third is freeware software and the fourth is public domain software. Each of this type of software has different ownership rights and are discussed next. The commercial software is a software that is developed and sold for a profit. When you buy a commercial software program such as Microsoft Office, Tally for accounting, it typically comes with a user license. If the license is single user, it means that the user cannot install the software on more than one machine or cannot make multiple copies of the CD for distribution to others or installing on the other machines. Therefore, a single user license is ideal for small shopkeepers who buy a single computer system for sales and maintain accounts. An academic institution has to simultaneously allow multiple students to use the educational software on multiple machines. Therefore, the installation must be on multiple computers and must be made available to the multiple users over a network. In both the cases, the buyer can obtain site licenses or network licenses for the specified number of users. The licensing agreement clearly mentions all the allowable activities. In addition to the full version of the commercial software sold in the market, the companies also launch a demo or trial version. The demo or trial versions are given free of charge to the customers. They often have limited features and are used for the evaluation of the software. The evaluation helps the user to take a decision whether it is worth to buy the software and pay the license fees. Typically, the demo or the trial version does not run after the trial period expires. Since these programs are not designed as a replacement for the free base versions, it is ethical to use them only to determine if you would like to buy the full program. If the decision is made against purchasing the product or you are not interested to buy the product, the demo or the trial version should be uninstalled from your personal computer. The next category of the application software, which is made available to the users for use along with the source code, is called open source software. The user takes the source code and use it for their organization with changes, or the source code can be customized as per the user needs. The open source software is a program whose source code is made available to the general public. The open source programs are copyrighted. However, the copyright is under public domain. That means anybody can use that software free of charge. The individuals and business people are allowed to modify the program and redistribute it. The only restriction is that the changes also must be shared with the open source community and the original copyright notice must remain intact. That means, the changes also should be made available to the changes also must be made available in the public domain. The open source software has grown over the past few years, especially in the area of system software and utility products. In addition to the open source operating system like Linux, there are low cost or no cost alternatives for a wide selection of the application programs today. For instance, the free openoffice.org Office suite can be used instead of Microsoft Office, which is a powerful Office application, and instead of paying for the license of Microsoft for Microsoft Office, one can use the Open Office, so that you have the entire Office products available to you free of charge. The GNU image manipulation program, called GIMP in short, available in open source, can be used to edit photos instead of buying a costly alternative like Adobe Photoshop or another costly image editing program. The MySQL database program is a very cheaper version of database, but cost effective alternative to other database programs like Oracle and SQL Server. In addition to saving your money, these softwares typically require less disk space and memory. For instance, installing an openoffice.org instead of Microsoft Office save the storage space on the hard drive, as well as it also saves the random access memory. These open source softwares are ideal for learning in academic institutions. The other benefits of using open source software are the ability to modify the application's source code. The user of the open source software can customize the software as per their needs. However, the changes made by the novice users in open source software sometimes affect the reliability and may be prone to errors. Due to unpredictable nature of applications and security reasons, the open source software is generally not acceptable in mission critical applications like missile control, avionics and other real time systems involving control systems. However, both Linux and open source application programs are continuing to gain acceptance and their use is growing day by day, especially in academic institutions. The next category of the application software is shareware programs. The shareware programs are the software programs that are downloadable from internet sites, distributed and are available free of charge to the potential user or buyer. However, the developer of the software expects that the user or the buyer pay a small fee if they intend to use the program regularly. By paying the requested shareware fee, you become a registered user and can use the program for as long as you want to use it. The product support, documentation and timely updates are also available to the registered users after you pay a nominal fee which is required for registration. The most shareware programs have a specified trial period such as 1 month. After the month is over, the user should pay the requested fee and become a registered user. If the fee is not paid, you must uninstall the software from your personal computer after the expiry of the trial period. The shareware software is often developed by a single programmer and are relatively cheaper as it uses the shareware marketing system to sell directly to the consumer with little or no packaging or advertising expenses. The next category of the application softwares are freeware programs. The freeware programs are the software programs that are given by the developers for others to use free of charge after downloading from the internet site. Although freeware is available free of charge and can be shared with the other users, the author retains the ownership rights of the program. The freeware programs cannot be modified or sold to others without the permission of the developers who have originally developed the product. Freeware programs are generally developed by students, professional programmers and amateur programmers either as a programming exercise or as a hobby. Some freeware programs are released by the commercial companies as well, such as Microsoft's Internet Explorer and Netscape's Navigator. Like shareware programs, the freeware programs are widely available over the internet. The next category of the application software is the public domain softwares. The public domain softwares are available for anybody to use. The ownership rights to the program of the public domain software are donated to the public. Consequently, it is free and can be used, copied, modified and distributed to others without any restriction. Next, we classify the application software into two categories. One category is the installed software, another category is web based software. This category is based on the way the software is delivered to the end user. It can either be installed and executed on the end user's personal computer through a CD or can be downloaded from the internet and then installed on the end user's personal computer. The installed software, that is the software that is installed on a PC before it is run, is the most common type of the software. The installed software programs are either purchased in a physical form such as a CD or a license agreement or along with a user manual, or is downloadable from the internet. Whether or not the downloaded software requires a fee depends upon whether the program is a commercial software or a shareware software, freeware or a public domain software. When the buyer purchases the software in the downloaded format, he or she first has to place the order and then they get the link to download the purchase program. To download free software, you just need to click the appropriate hyperlink, such as on the manufacturer site or the shareware download site to download the free program. In either case, the downloaded programs typically need to be installed before they can be used. The downloaded program is then executed by the user. The vendors either allow you to backup the program onto a CD as soon as it is downloaded, or the buyer can request for a copy of CD through mail by paying additional nominal postal charges. Another category of the software, so first category as I explained was the installed software, another category is web based software. Instead of being available in the installed format, some software is run directly from the internet as web based software. A web based software program can only be accessed via the internet. The web based software can be usable free or on a payment basis. The payment mode may be on the basis of per transaction, per user or per day basis. For example, a portal providing a software for submission of online application may charge an extra amount for every application form which is submitted on the portal. A firm providing accounting services to an organization may charge on an yearly basis. The web based software providing application software services over the internet comes under the category of application service providers, called ASP in short. The application service provider is a company that manages and distributes software over the internet, typically for a monthly or annual fee. There is a range of web based software available. One advantage of the web based software over installed software is that the programs and your files can be accessed from a personal computer with an internet connection regardless of the type of PC and the mobile devices, in addition to the desktop PCs. This makes the web based software especially appropriate for the applications where a central server manages the shared resources and documents gathered from various locations and devices which are geographically distributed across the globe. The another advantage of the web based software is that the user need not buy costly servers or air conditioning systems and manpower to maintain the servers. They may rely on the application service provider to continuously upgrade their server depending upon the growing business needs. So, what we have learned today are the various categories of the application softwares, the commercial, freeware, shareware and public domain and the open source softwares were discussed. The trend of application software has shifted from downloading applications on a desktop to the web based software. The web based software permits the user to use the application through a desktop with an internet connection and serves the growing needs of the business by adding more number of servers at their end or through a cloud computing environment, which is gaining popularity these days. Thank you.